Hello out there! Welcome back, or more like thanks for tuning in. Last week I had less than one view, but if you're here, thanks for checking it out. Another week, another vlog, Potatoland. Let's get started. Where do I start? Brought a red shirt, but I'm surprised I haven't worn this in a previous episode. I've just been buying clothes on a more regular basis, and I suppose that's something to do. It can make people happy, right? Don't know if I'm really this excited because I'm watching the waveforms that are being recorded from the mic, and they're way up there. I am not supposed to be this excited. I'm turning it down quite a bunch, and let's say 4.5 decibels. Does anybody know or care or pretend to care? And I'm still sort of pushing the meter. So I'm not sure if it's my level of excitement. I did just hear fireworks right before I started this thing right outside my window. But so maybe maybe I really have reason to be excited. I don't know. Did I work? Have I drank anything? Smoked anything? I've smoked a couple cigarettes more than an hour ago, and I had one sip of liquor as well, but I'm not sure that has anything to do with it. It looks like my meters are fine, so that's a good thing. One more time, thanks for tuning in, and hope you guys are doing well. I promise not to shout too loud or get too excited from here on out, if that's cool. Greeting people effusively. Excuse me, I was burping there. You could probably hear it, actually. Mike's going to pick up everything this week. But remembering to keep hold my posture, let's say. That joke has been used up, so refer to last week if you want to hear the last of my posture jokes. But we got a lot to talk about. It's a great week. I don't really know if I'm all that excited. I should be actually pretty depressed. Last week's episode I said, let's get controversial. And I'm glad I had a backup something to talk about. A backup, air quotes, something to talk about. But I also wanted to get controversial about myself. Maybe myself in this channel. A little hesitant to get into anything at this point because at this point, not to repeat myself, we've been open. California's been open for a while, coming off of this whole COVID thing. Yes. If nobody's watching, then really I'm just recording some of this stuff for history, right? So don't let me mention it too much, but California's been open for 10 days now, 9-10 days, and I still haven't gotten out there and faced the public with my form of expression, which is, I don't know, ultimately, is it joke writing or storytelling? I suppose that's the balance there. But, and I've thought about, I suppose this is my medium so I wouldn't want to get too ahead of myself, as all I'm saying. And controversial, well, I'm a dirtbag. I'm scum, I'm nothing until I'm out there doing something, rather than just sitting behind a computer. And, how brave do you have to be to do this? Maybe a little bit, but not as brave as I'd like to get. I'm talking about acquiring thrills. I'm talking about going back home and feeling good about myself. And yeah, that's the other thing, is working. Have I worked this week? I'm trying to think right now. I believe I may have worked one day, but no, I haven't. I haven't worked this week. So there's my, how do you say, morale for you. It's the correct term. I don't want to use terms that I'm stealing from my past, but then again, I read some books, I guess, whatever. Except for Dr. Seuss, not many, but we're talking about Scientology here. I don't want to bring it up every single episode, and we're certainly a little Scientology heavy as of the last couple weeks, but there you go. There's, for something controversial, there's yes, getting back to what I was talking about. I wanted to get into my UFO conspiracy because I said I have a conspiracy for the month, and we can only do one conspiracy per month. It's not fun or funny or even entertaining, if you ask me. And then also we could cover some controversial stuff when it comes to the air quotes religion I belonged to for the majority of my childhood. So where was I going with that? It would be cool if I was to break down, starting from the most fundamental garbage that I would have read in these books I was referring to, and week by week broke down the inaccuracies, or let's see, the, I mean, who am I talking to? Leah Remini at this point, so it's like, well, there's one hidden subscriber, I don't know who it is, but that's really just me being humorous. What I mean is, I could certainly do all that stuff, but I shouldn't even be bringing it up. I certainly am not supposed to be bringing it up. I'm getting ahead of myself for absolute certain if I haven't really gone out there and talked too much about it recently. At least it feels like it. I really shouldn't be sort of, violating your guys' ears and eyes, if you would, with too much jargon about this topic, because it's for my sanity, mental health. It's only fun if I'm out there talking about it publicly before I'm here. I'm talking about navigating this stuff in the real world in front of audiences, and I do a lot of it with the general public anyway, but it's just for me and my mental health and trying to get ahead of myself and not fall behind. And dare I say, I'm a dirtbag for not being out there this week performing, if that's what you call it, when we've had 10 days of opportunity for me to throw myself into the fire. Now, 10 days really, maybe not, but I've been checking out the open mics in the area, and it's at least been 4 days or something like that. So getting a little antsy. As you can see, I'm working on my thumbnails, and that's what I've been working on. Otherwise, doing nothing, I suppose. I went to the beach in the last week or two or something like that once, by me very own self only. That was kind of fun because I had to go back to my car at one moment, and I was a little scared, afraid somebody was going to ransack my little territory I set up there or whatever. But yeah, so no work, and then maybe we'll get into what I referenced earlier, but no work, and I've been thinking anything for 40 hours a week is quite a hit on your... So I think what I'm doing in terms of how many hours I'm working on a regular basis, we're going to check my 6 months, after 6 months here, and because I'm sort of capped off with how much I can make per year. So we're going to check, but I think less than 40 hours a week right now works for me. And I'm sorry I'm even bringing it up because I haven't worked this week. But maybe that's why I'm excited to be in front of you guys. I also made a lighting change in front of the studio. But let's get into real topics. Now, I did mention breaking down the... we'll just wrap this up here real quickly, but breaking down the fundamental concepts within, let's say, this religion. And if I'm getting smarter, comparing it to other cultures or religions or what, for you guys as a segment, it's just an idea. I really haven't hashed it out until just now. But rather than do such a thing, why not attack the main big brother, which is kind of goofy on my part. When I said let's get controversial, I shouldn't be heading this far out there. But displaying my lack of paranoia, and oh yeah, that's another term I learned this week. Thank you, Duncan Trussell. I'm hesitant to drop names because there's so many cool people out there. But for teaching me this one, it would be pronoia. So there you go. So we're balancing my mental health here when I say this, and you'll get what I mean after I say it. But conspiracy of the month. Jingle, jingle. Is it possible? See, now I know that the government uses the television to put ideas out there in front of the public and then see how well they're received. All I'm getting at is this UFO stuff feels a lot like that. So the more we react, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. And I mean that, I'm not sure. But the more we pick up on this stuff, well, my conspiracy theory was leaning in the direction of interesting, because we're hearing, this is the US of A right now, right? The Pentagon. Through the, excuse me, water would be acceptable. Through the executive branch of the government, I suppose, or really just the media, actually, right? Are testing the American public at a time when the American public is still addressing another attack on the world, really, right? So it's just interesting. Where I was leaning there was not just that it's a test, but, and then we have to wrap up because I have to get water. I'm surprised. This will be the first time my throat was so scruffy. But this one's not quite been a doozy, huh? But where I was leaning with my conspiracy theory is, and excuse me for overusing the term already here, but is maybe testing the waters, maybe the public not reacting so much is the right way to go for the public, because I'm not that afraid of the government, I suppose, because for some reason I can't come up with my earlier theory, but it's essentially something on the order of we'll give them more than they can handle and see how that goes. It's just a test is what it is, right? Yeah. So there you go. I remember that's what it was. It's just a double-angled, for lack of a better term, attack on the American public's psyche, just to see where we're at with all this stuff, right? If the virus hasn't settled down quite enough, and they were doing this, my news is going to be a month old or older, depending on what I find interesting in the moment. But, a month ago when we were dealing with it still to a greater or lesser extent, this is when we were hearing a lot about that UFO garbage stuff, right? So, conspiracy of the month, it still counts, I suppose. Where do you stand on it? I mean, I'm not really asking necessarily for feedback, just that if you would like to share, I suppose you could, right? I'll read it, as I do everything. So yeah, but then as for anything else, I mean, if we're talking about news from a month ago, I accidentally drank my piss while editing. So that's a first for me. And you'd be surprised. I mean, I spat this stuff all out. I spat the stuff all over my desk here and stuff. So I tried as best I could, or maybe this is instinct, to not get even a hint of taste. But if I had gotten any, I was surprised at how much cinnamon was in there. And, with my regular drink of choice, as you may already know, and how little substance. So it was like a empty cinnamon donut is sort of what I most tasted, and water in the middle for the most part. What does your pee taste like? So, yeah, let's get out. I apologize if, for some reason my mic is hot. It's hot and the lighting has changed. So again this week, because, but anyway, so I just want to kind of see what happens. We keep this vlog short now. From now on, I think 15 minutes is plenty. And I hope that's good for you guys. I hope it's been entertaining enough. Can't believe we're still dealing with problems in the studio. I would love to just get one long light above my head and solve all my problems. So we'll see what happens. But and then now we're dealing with audio problems, right? But before we go, never mind. My time's up. We went over 15. It's a plenty. And for the rest of the hour, for the rest of the vlog, we choke ourselves down and consider how we're going to say goodbye. So if anybody sees this one, what am I going to do? I'm going to edit out the title for the UFOs on a couple episodes ago, and I'm going to stick it in this one. Maybe see if, I could attract some traffic my way through that hashtag, if you will. So, joke of the week, I don't know. Those are, out of the wind. Those are out of the equation. I'm trying to drop regular jokes on you during the vlog. And if nobody clicked on my joke of the week icon from last week, then why continue this segment, right? And I'm talking about somebody who has more than a couple subscribers. 3, to be specific. 3. So, but maybe we find other hotter segments like the one I addressed earlier. And I can't really be that excited this week, so we'll figure out the audio problems. But for now, it's been fun for the most part. Rather enjoyable. Can't wait to the days when we're going to grow my beard out. So my beard is out and I'm moving around a little bit more confident with just my appearance and stuff like that. So having said all that, let's go sooner than rather than later. If you enjoyed it, major props to you. I always listen back and I think the episodes are crap, but then I listen one more time and then I sort of find a middle ground there or something like that. Haven't said everything in my notes, but that's fine. We'll save it for later, hopefully. And till next week, I'll be here. See you guys if you're tuning in. Thank you very much. But really, I'll be out on the streets, right? You can count on it. Okay, so hope you're doing well. Work hard, but not too hard. And love you, especially you folks that love me. Okay, till next time. Peace.